Hi guys, Chris here, and you're watching Here We Are Running. Welcome back for another episode in my training for the Manchester Marathon. And you join me on Monday lunchtime. I'm out for an active recovery run, probably around 7 kilometers I think we're going to do. And this comes off the back of a very busy weekend of running. If you haven't checked out the videos already, do check out my park run from last Saturday and also the Surrey Half Marathon. And I thought as we did this run, I'd do a little recap of both of those days, Saturday and Sunday, because on the actual vlogs themselves I probably don't really cover that off much. And what I wanted to say firstly about the park run, it was tarmac paths, it was flat, so I decided to let the legs loose and run that one fast. And I was really happy, even though I've been doing marathon training, to still see that I had a bit of speed at the 5k distance, finishing it in just under 22 minutes. And then on Sunday, of course, it was the Surrey Half Marathon, and I was one of the 2-hour pacers. That I really do enjoy pacing, and you'll have seen that if you watch the race vlog. Just so rewarding, helping other people achieve their goals, getting out there and smashing the sub 2. But for me, as well as doing that, it did offer some benefits, because it was a chance for me to test myself running at what I would consider to be my marathon pace. And I have to say, it felt really comfortable doing that half marathon at what I consider to be my marathon pace. I wore the heart rate monitor throughout, and was interested to see the results of that when I got home. So basically it's showing me that about half of it was in zone 3 and half of it was in zone 4 in terms of percentage of the run. But actually, when you look at the detail, the zone 3, most of it was at the higher end of zone 3, the zone 4 was at the lower end of zone 4. So overall, my heart rate for the run was 140 beats per minute. But I know that running a half marathon isn't a great preparation really at this stage for a marathon. It was, for me, it's more of a sort of a test to see where I was at. And I know that endurance is going to become a big issue when I go over that half marathon distance and I'm running at that pace. So this week's workout, which I think we'll do again on Wednesday, that will focus more on endurance speed work. And then the other key run that I do will be my 20 miler at the weekend, and I've got to combine that with being on call again this week. So probably be doing sort of shorter loops from where I live, but I haven't quite worked that out yet. But that was going to be a really key run, because I am going to up the pace. I'm not running that all at easy pace. I do need to make sure that I build some marathon pace into that workout, not into that long run. Hi guys, and welcome to Workout Wednesday. And as I said, we're going to do a bit of a different workout this week. We are doing, we've had a warm up, we've got down to the track, and we're in the middle of a workout which involves doing 1k at 5k pace, 1k at marathon pace, and then we're repeating that sequence 4 times. And the idea of this workout is that the marathon pace should feel really easy after doing the rep at 5k pace. And so far, it's certainly my experience that is true, because I've done, well, I'm on the 4th rep, if you like, no, sorry, the 4th kilometre at the track, which is a marathon pace one, and we're spot on sort of marathon pace, which for me, I'm treating that for the workout, so I'm treating that around 5.5 minutes. And then we're doing the 5k pace at 4.5 minutes per kilometre pace. So hopefully that makes sense, and I will catch you at the end. Okay, workout done, and seemed to go okay. Put all the times up on the screen as you can kind of sort of visualise how it all went. Yeah, I think it went okay, and certainly doing the each kilometre at marathon pace, having done one before at 5k pace, your legs really feel like they're running really easy when you do that. So that's the workout done for today. Join me later in the week, I'm not sure which day yet, it might be on the long run day, where I'm going to be talking to you about what I'll be doing in my taper period, which will be from next week onwards. Friday the 13th of week 13 of marathon training, and everything changes. That's right, first London Marathon postponed, then Manchester Marathon postponed, then Brighton Marathon postponed, and yesterday the Edinburgh Marathon postponed. And this is before the government has even put a ban on mass gatherings in the UK. These events are just taking their own decision based on their own advice that it is not sensible to go ahead with the spring marathons and other races whilst the coronavirus thing is going on. And I completely agree with that decision. And I think for those events that haven't cancelled already or postponed in the rest of March, April and May, we're going to see that coming through in the coming days. So, whilst I'm sure we're all really disappointed, I think this is only the right decisions being made. And yes, we've all put weeks and months of training in, but we need to look at the positives, guys. We have put our bodies in better shape than we were in before, and it doesn't all have to end here. So last week I talked about a potential plan B of either booking in for another race that would be going ahead if Manchester got cancelled or postponed. Actually, that's not an option really, is it? Because everything's going to end up being postponed or cancelled. So I think Manchester and many of the other spring marathons are going to postpone until the autumn. As of today, Sunday, they haven't announced a date. I think that's probably coming next week. So the autumn is going to be packed. It's going to be packed full of running, which is a good thing to look forward to. But booking onto another race now is really not realistic. So the other option that I talked about, which I will be doing, is my own solo marathon. But more about that later. Just to let you know what I'm doing today. So today was supposed to be, and it still is, the last long run of the marathon training block, 3 weeks out from when the marathon day was supposed to be. So I'm doing at least 20 miles today, and I'm not doing that all at easy pace. So the first 5k has been easy. I'm then going to alternate, so I'm going to do 5k at marathon pace, 5k easy, 5k marathon pace, and so on until we cover the distance. Okay, so we're about 12k into this long run now, and it's going really well at the moment, I've got to say. The 5k at marathon pace, I'll put it up on the screen, but I think I was probably doing it ahead of marathon pace. We'll see if we suffer for that later. But yeah, going really well at the moment. So guys, comment below if your plans have now obviously changed, if your marathon or half marathon or whatever race you're doing has now been postponed or cancelled. Let me know, and let me know what your plans are going forward. Is anyone going to do a solo marathon, for example, like me? And if you are planning to do a solo marathon like me, then I'm going to do a separate video with some tips that I have for tackling that. But One of those tips, I'll reveal it right now, is to see if you can get some support, either along the route or someone of a similar pace to you to run part of it with you. And I've been lucky enough to do that, in fact, because Dan from Dan Runs, check out his channel if you're not familiar with it. He's in the process of training for an ultra, which at the time of making this video, hasn't been cancelled. So he's still waiting to hear about that. And that would be at the end of April. But he's going to join me on my solo marathon, at least for part of it, and keep me company and help me out, because you will need some support or a lot of self-motivation if you're going to try and run a marathon on your own at a particular time, like I'm going to try and do. And if you don't intend to do a solo marathon like me, then what are your plans? Are you going to put a pause to your training now? Are you going to hit the reset button, just enjoy running for a while on your own or with your running club, and then go again for it in the autumn? Let me know, drop a comment below, let me know what your plans are now going forward. Okay, that's the half marathon distance done so far in a time of 1 hour 59.5 minutes. So clearly my easy pace 5Ks are probably not as easy as they should be, and my marathon pace is probably quicker than it should be, but I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine, so we'll just carry on with this. We're on the easier pace at the moment. Trying to keep it in zone 3 in terms of heart rate, but I appreciate I haven't really given you a true indication of what my race marathon pace is going to be on the day. So look, let me just go through this quite quickly, because I'm appreciating this video is probably getting quite long. So my main goal is to run the marathon distance without having to stop, okay? So I've got to be conscious of that all the time. I would like to go sub 4. I would really like to get a PB at the distance, which would be beating 3 hours 56 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometre pace would be sub 4. 5 minutes 35 per kilometre pace would be a new PB. So that's what I've got in my mind at the moment. Based on the training that I've done, I think I'm capable, and that's what we're going to aim for. I also said that I'll give you a rundown of what I was going to do for my taper. Events have changed and I haven't really covered that much at all, got time to cover that much at all now. I will give you a quick rundown. So it's going to be a 3-week taper, focusing on the long run, reducing during that 3 weeks. So next week, half marathon distance. The week after that, probably 15k, something like that for the long run. And also each week now just reducing slightly the intensity of the running I'm doing. So I still plan to do a workout next week and the week after, and something that I'm going to be doing, this isn't on many training plans, so I'm not sure whether to recommend it or not, but I found that my taper in the previous 2 marathons, I've never felt that great with it, because the intention is you reduce your number of runs per week, and I'm not too keen on that. So there will still be a 5-run week next week. I'll probably reduce to 4 for the week after and 3 for the week after that, but I've certainly seen other plans that reduce it quite a lot more than that. So there, quick rundown, but if you follow through the next few weeks on the training blog, you'll get to see it in action. 30k in 2 hours and 49 minutes. That last 5k at what was supposed to be marathon pace, it's not marathon pace, it's way quicker than marathon pace. I just felt so good. The legs just kept going. And so now I've ended up in a position where I'm about 5k from home. So I feel like I could carry on and run a marathon actually, but I'm not going to, don't worry. But I will up the distance on this long run now. The rest of it's at easy pace. We are going to go up to 35k, which will be, I think, roughly 22 miles. And yeah, a really good long run. So guys, next week I will do shout outs for anybody running a solo marathon. So remember, do let me know if you are, and I'll give you a shout out on screen in next week's episode. And guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave you today. But do remember, it's difficult times, yes, but as a world, as a country, as runners, we will get through this. And 2020 is a year that we'll all remember. So guys, do support each other, stay safe. I'll see you next week.